Number 12, Iowa State women's basketball really lost at Kansas State last night, 78 to 77. Well, I know for sure in the play-by-play that Kansas State was up by 4 points with 2 seconds left. So, I mean, they made both their free throws at the very end with 2 seconds. And Iowa State just shot a three. And Kansas State, all they had to do was just don't foul, especially when they made a three. And they didn't foul, period, and just let it go. I mean, that was game. So, it really didn't matter. So, Kansas State had this game won. First of all, Iowa State didn't shoot the ball bad. I mean, 47.5% from the field, 28 for 59 overall, 8 for 22 on threes, 36.4%, 13 for 13 on free throws, 35 rebounds, 10 of those offensive, 14 assists, 6 steals, 4 blocks, 16 turnovers, 20 fouls, 17 points off the bench, including a double-digit score on the bench at that. So, Kansas State only had 8 points, and this is a Kansas State team that doesn't even have Ayoka Lee, their best player this year. And they are on the outside looking in for the NCAA tournament. They needed this win, and quality-wise, just to even help themselves here. Well, Kansas State didn't shoot the ball bad either, but 1.1% worse. I mean, 47.4%. 27 for 57 overall, 8 for 20 on 3, 16 for 20 on free throws, 28 rebounds, 7 of those offensive, 15 assists, 6 steals, 3 blocks, 13 turnovers, 16 fouls. So as you can tell, Kansas State did win this game. And the thing is, Iowa State is not that great a defensive team. They're not a great defensive team by any means. And yes, I know they don't have Stephanie Soares for the rest of the year with the torn ACL. But come on. Next player up mentality. They're basically like the same Iowa State team as last year. Let's just make that clear. That's how they run their stuff now. Now, Kansas State going forward has the next 5 games, and this does impact the standings, by the way. Now, Iowa State has 3 conference losses. And Kansas State's like 3-7 in the conference. Ugh. Kansas State has to go on the road to Texas Tech. They host Oklahoma in the following game. If they could beat Iowa State at home, they could certainly beat Oklahoma. But it just depends. They host Baylor, which Baylor beat them last time by 20 points. Granted, that was in Waco, I know, but still. On the road to TCU, that's 6-15, winless in the conference. They shouldn't lose to them. If they do, they have issues. And that would hurt their NCAA tournament chances. Then they get to host Kansas, which last time against Kansas, they did lose by 13 on the road. Now, Iowa State, on the other hand, they have an interesting game coming up. It's against Baylor. Their first meeting. And both teams have 3 conference losses. So the loser of that game is going to have 4 conference losses. They have on the road to West Virginia. They have Texas at home. Which, remember, Texas did defeat Iowa State last time by 15. So, yeah. I don't think Iowa State played West Virginia this year, but I'm double checking that right now. Yeah, they did play them last time, but they won by 20. But granted, that was at home, and that was with Stephanie Soares. That's a big difference. I mean, and granted, like I said, they play Texas, then they play at Baylor. So they're going to play Baylor twice. I don't expect Iowa State to win, both of those games. I don't. I think they split. But I could definitely see 0-2. I just don't think Baylor is going to back down in one of those games, or even both. I mean, they're not the same Iowa State team as compared to the past. I mean, they're what they could have been this year with Stephanie Soares. Then you have on the road Oklahoma State, which Oklahoma State did defeat Texas. So, and I know last time they only won by 5 points in Ames. So that's a not easy schedule coming up. Anyways, if you like this content, hit like and subscribing. I see you guys later. It's going 5 subscribers. We're on the road to it. Let's go.